Chosen one, if these words have reached you now, understand, this is no accident. This moment is divinely orchestrated. You are guided here by a hand unseen, pulled by a force greater than fate. The air around you has shifted. The heavens are whispering your name. Something sacred is stirring in the atmosphere of your life. You are not forgotten. You are not lost. You are chosen. You are handpicked by God for such a time as this, not to merely exist in the chaos, but to rise above it, to shine through it, to become the evidence of His power, His promise, His peace. The world around you may be shaking. Structures are falling. Systems are failing. But hear this truth: the collapse is not your destruction. It is your divine release. God is allowing the old to fall, not to harm you, but to make room for the extraordinary. This collapse is not a curse, it is a cleansing, a spiritual exodus from everything that has kept you small, silenced, and shackled. The chains of fear, the weight of lack, the lies they told you about who you are and what you can be. They are crumbling now, not by your strength, but by divine decree. God is collapsing what was built against you. He is tearing down what was never meant to stand. Take cover, but not in fear. Take cover in faith, in His promises, in His love, in the unshakable truth that God has already written the end of your story, and it ends in glory. You are not the victim of this season. You are the vessel. You are not collapsing with the world. You are rising in the Spirit. You must align your heart, clear your mind, and open your spirit. What's coming is too big for old mindsets. What's coming requires space. God is about to pour out something powerful, and He needs a vessel that's ready to receive. Before we dive deeper into this word, I need you to do 3 things. First, like this video, not just to support the channel, but as a bold act of agreement with this prophetic message. Second, subscribe and help us reach 1,000 chosen ones walking in purpose. Then go to the comments and write 99 or 777. These numbers are more than symbols. They are prophetic signals to heaven. 99 represents fulfillment and divine urgency. 7 represents spiritual completion and divine perfection. When you type them, you're not just commenting. You're declaring in faith that you're ready. Third, write your deepest desire, your most heartfelt prayer, in the comments. Don't just type it, release it with faith, because whatever you write in faith becomes sealed in the heavens. This is your divine declaration, because what's coming next will change everything. You stand now at the edge of a divine shift. The winds have changed direction. The energy has intensified. The veil is thinning. God is speaking not just to your ears, but to your spirit. He's calling you out of survival and into supernatural thriving. He's reminding you that you were never made to blend into broken systems. You were made to break through them. You are not collapsing, chosen one. You are emerging. The walls of your past are falling. The ceilings of limitation are shattering. The people and patterns that once kept you stagnant are being removed, not to punish you, but to promote you. God is not subtracting, He is refining. The collapse is the stage before the elevation, the storm before the crown, the pruning before the bloom. Picture this: a field being plowed, the soil torn open. It looks like destruction, but it's preparation, because what's about to be planted in you, vision, wealth, healing, love, purpose, requires fertile ground. God is making space. The struggle was not your sentence, it was your soil, and now the harvest is coming. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? That trembling beneath the surface of your reality? That's not anxiety, that's divine movement. That's the sound of chains breaking, the sound of heaven aligning with your name. That's God saying, you were never meant to live in scarcity, you were born for overflow. Look again at the story of Joseph. Betrayed, abandoned, imprisoned. To the world, it looked like collapse. But in God's eyes, it was construction. He wasn't being buried, he was being planted. And when the time was right, Joseph rose not just as a survivor, but as a ruler. He didn't just get by, he overflowed. That same anointing is upon you now. You may be standing in the ruins of what once was, an old job, an old relationship, an old version of yourself. But trust this, those ruins are not your grave. They are the foundation for your rise. God is rebuilding you with materials not made by human hands: faith, purpose, divine favor. And what He builds cannot be shaken. So when the collapse comes, don't shrink. Don't mourn what was. Lift your eyes. This is your moment to prepare for what's next. God is tearing down everything that was blocking your blessings. The delay is ending. The drought is over. The dry season is breaking beneath your feet. You, chosen one, are not here by accident. You are here because heaven has marked you for more. Chosen one, now that you stand in the sacred midst of collapse, understand this truth. You are not falling. You are rising. The world may see confusion and chaos. It may declare this moment a time of crisis. But God is whispering something else entirely. This is the beginning of your divine elevation. The shaking you feel is not the end. It's the sound of chains breaking, of heaven rearranging the landscape of your life to align with His will. The collapse is not happening to you, it's happening for you. God is tearing down strongholds that no longer serve your destiny. He's removing the people who couldn't go with you, silencing the voices that once made you doubt your worth, and shattering the old systems that kept you in spiritual captivity. What the world calls a breakdown, God calls a breakthrough. Look at your life through spiritual eyes. What once seemed like unanswered prayers were actually divine delays. What felt like rejection was holy protection. The doors that closed were not curses. They were coded redirections, preserving your spirit for what's now unfolding. You were never being denied. You were being divinely aligned. Chosen one, listen closely. God is not just collapsing structures around you, He is awakening strength within you. You are being called to rise from survival into significance, to move from just getting by into walking boldly in your God-given authority. This isn't just about finances or status. This is about legacy, about living a life so full of light, others can't help but be drawn toward God through you. Imagine a river, clear, constant, alive. That is what God's provision looks like. Not a single drop of His promise is wasted. Not a moment of your suffering went unseen. Not one tear fell without purpose. And now that river is flowing towards you. Streams of favor, abundance, peace, and clarity are rushing into the barren places of your life. The famine is over. The overflow begins now. But here's the truth: your life will not reflect abundance until your mind believes it. You must begin to see yourself the way God sees you, powerful, purposed, and deeply loved. Shift your thinking and the atmosphere around you will shift too. When you believe you are chosen, when you live like you're anointed, you become unstoppable. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the whisper of heaven. Don't let fear make you forget the God who brought you through the fire. Remember the story of Esther. She was hidden for a season, unseen, unknown. But when the collapse came, when her people were threatened, she rose, she fasted, she trusted, she stepped forward, and God used her to save a nation. This is your Esther moment. You were hidden, not forgotten. You were preserved for this divine assignment. And as the collapse unfolds, you are being unveiled. The old you, the silenced you, the doubting you, the tired and overlooked you is falling away. What's emerging is royal, radiant, and spiritually aligned. The collapse may strip away what's comfortable, but it reveals what's eternal. God is refining you through this process. Like gold in fire, you are being purified, made strong, sharp, and beautiful. You're not just going to recover, you're going to radiate. People around you may not understand the glow returning to your face. They may wonder where your sudden strength comes from. Let them wonder. Let your life be your answer. Let your joy, your peace, your resilience speak of the one who never let you go. Let the light within you testify louder than any words ever could. And as you rise, don't forget this. You are not called to rise alone. Your elevation carries a responsibility. Your prosperity is not just for you. It's for the ones assigned to your voice, your story, your generosity. You are blessed to be a blessing. Lift others as you go. Let your overflow pour into the empty hands around you. Speak life into the hopeless. Share your wisdom with the wandering. Let your actions reflect the goodness of the God who rescued you. When others see what He did through you, they will believe He can do it for them too. So let the collapse come. Let the shaking happen. Let it all fall away. Every lie, every limitation, every counterfeit connection. What remains will be holy. What remains will be real. And what remains will be you, standing in the fullness of who God created you to be. Chosen one, take this moment not as a warning, but as a prophetic announcement. God is not finished. He's just getting started. What's rising from this collapse will be so glorious, so radiant, so powerful that even those who doubted you will be silenced by the favor on your life. Take a deep breath. This is not your burial, it's your breakthrough. Chosen one, now that the old has begun to fall, now that the collapse has cleared the space, you are stepping into something sacred. A season of divine prosperity, but not the kind the world defines, not merely numbers in a bank account, not fleeting victories, not empty achievements. No, this is a wealth far more powerful, a prosperity rooted in purpose, saturated in peace, and sealed by God's promises. This abundance flows from the throne of heaven, and it touches every part of your life. Your soul begins to glow, your mind finds rest, your relationships shift from draining to divine. Doors open without you having to knock. Opportunities chase you down. Why? Because your heart is aligned, your faith is activated, and your spirit has said yes. You see, prosperity begins not in your hands, but in your mindset. God cannot fill what refuses to believe, it can be full. That's why He's been renewing you from the inside out, rewriting your thoughts, restructuring your expectations, reprogramming your reality to reflect who you truly are. Chosen, abundant, powerful. The collapse was never meant to destroy you. It was designed to shake you awake, to interrupt your survival and introduce you to supernatural living, to move you from fear-based thinking into faith-filled action. And now, as the dust settles, what is left is pure gold. Your purpose, refined through fire. Think of David, the young shepherd boy, overlooked, dismissed, sent to battle not with armor but with faith. The world saw a giant, but David saw a moment for God's glory. He didn't shrink in fear, he stepped forward in obedience, and that step shattered every limitation. That step changed everything. You have your own Goliaths, debt, doubt, anxiety, rejection. But hear this, just like David, you're not fighting alone. The same God who strengthened him has equipped you. The same Spirit that rose Christ from the grave now lives within you. The collapse was never a signal to retreat. It was a trumpet calling you to advance. Now is the time to act, not out of panic, but from prophetic alignment. You've prayed, you've waited, you've endured, and now the heavens are open over your life. But breakthrough requires movement. God is calling you to build, to sow, to give, to believe with boldness. And when you do, He promises to pour out so much blessing, there will not be room enough to store it. Not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, creatively, relationally. The collapse made room, and the blessing is about to overflow. Let's talk about the power of generosity. The world tells you to hoard, to grip, to fear scarcity. But God's economy flows with giving. When you give, not just money, but love, time, wisdom, encouragement, you activate heaven's multiplication. Like the widow in the famine who offered her last oil and flour to the prophet. She gave what little she had, and it never ran out. God sustained her, God multiplied her, so it will be with you. You are not entering a season of barely enough. You are stepping into the realm of more than enough. Why? Because God trusts you to bless others. He sees your heart. He knows you're not after selfish wealth. You're after kingdom impact. And that, chosen one, is the heart posture He blesses without measure. But abundance requires discipline. Prosperity doesn't rest on prayers alone. It's sustained by alignment. God is calling you to steward this next season wisely. Watch how you spend, speak, sow, and serve. Be intentional, be strategic, be obedient. Because what He's giving you next must be protected. Think of Daniel living in a foreign land, surrounded by temptation, yet unwavering in his devotion. He chose discipline, he chose obedience. And God responded with favor, wisdom, and influence. Your discipline will do the same. It will open doors degrees can't. It will unlock access money can't buy. It will position you as a light in the collapse. And what is at the center of this divine abundance? Goodness. A life anchored in kindness, truth, and righteousness. A life that reflects heaven's character. True wealth is not built on ambition alone. It's built on a heart that mirrors God. To live a life of goodness is to rise above bitterness, to forgive those who wounded you, to give even when it's uncomfortable, to love without condition, to pursue peace even when the world pulls for war. Goodness is not weakness, it's your spiritual superpower. When you live this way, something sacred happens. Your life becomes magnetic. You begin to draw divine relationships, divine opportunities, divine outcomes. People will wonder how and why things align for you. The answer? Because you chose goodness in a world obsessed with gain. So as you rise in this season of divine abundance, let your light shine brighter. Let your hands be open. Let your heart remain soft. And let your spirit be tuned to heaven's frequency. You are not here just to survive a collapse. You are here to redefine what it looks like to prosper in the midst of it. You are a walking miracle, a vessel of favor, a steward of abundance, a testimony in motion, and the world is watching. Chosen one, as you walk deeper into this divine season, you must understand, you are being rebuilt from the inside out. This is not just about outward success. It's about inner strength. It's about becoming unshakable in a world that trembles. What God is building in you now cannot be shaken, cannot be stolen, cannot be destroyed. It is eternal. It is holy. It is you. The collapse has stripped away the unnecessary, peeled back the illusions, and revealed the foundation of who you truly are. A warrior wrapped in grace, a vessel forged in fire, a soul destined for greatness. And at the heart of it all stands one word: trust. Trust is more than belief. It is surrender. It is stepping into the unknown and declaring, God, I may not see the way, but I know you are the way. It's believing that even in the silence, even in the waiting, God is working. His timing is perfect. His vision is complete. His provision is on the way. Think about Abraham. God called him to leave everything familiar, to walk away from comfort, security, and stability toward a promise he couldn't yet see. The world would have called it reckless, but Abraham called it obedience. And his obedience birthed nations. You too are being called to leave behind what no longer serves you. Old fears, limited thinking, toxic connections, and false security. God is asking you to step into a space where faith must lead and trust must anchor. This collapse is not chaos. It's choreography. It's heaven arranging the pieces of your life to create a masterpiece only God could design. The world may call it random, but your spirit knows it's divine strategy. Let's talk about resilience. Resilience is not pretending everything is perfect. It's choosing to stand even when everything is breaking. It's crying and still praying. It's being tired and still believing. Resilience is what turns breakdowns into breakthroughs, pain into purpose, ashes into beauty. Think about Job. Everything he loved was taken. His wealth, his health, his children, gone. And yet he refused to curse God. He refused to give up. His resilience birthed a testimony so powerful that his latter days were blessed more than his beginning. You're in that middle space right now, between what was lost and what's about to be restored. And it may feel dark, it may feel lonely, but hear this, chosen one. Your latter days will be greater. What you've lost will be returned multiplied. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger. You are not weak for struggling. You are powerful because you refuse to stop. You're still standing. You're still listening. You're still seeking. That alone is a miracle. That alone is proof that the Spirit of God is alive in you. Let's talk about forgiveness. Some of the weight you've been carrying isn't yours. It's the residue of betrayal, of hurt, of injustice. But holding on to bitterness keeps you tethered to the past. It blocks the flow of the blessings God wants to pour. Forgiveness is the key that unlocks the gates of your next season. Forgiveness doesn't mean the pain didn't happen. It doesn't mean they were right. It means you're no longer giving them power over your joy. You're no longer drinking the poison of resentment. You're choosing peace. You're choosing freedom. You're choosing God. Remember Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers. Years of pain, abandonment, false accusations. Yet when he stood in power and they came before him trembling, he said, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." That's forgiveness. That's freedom. And when you forgive, chosen one, you rise. You rise above the traps of the enemy. You rise above generational pain. You rise into the fullness of your calling. Your spirit lightens. Your vision sharpens. Your destiny accelerates. Forgiveness clears the debris left behind by the collapse. It opens the pathway to supernatural restoration. Now let's talk about divine vision. God has placed a fire within you, not just a dream, but a divine assignment. It's been quietly burning inside, waiting for the right season to emerge. And now, as the old falls away, that vision is coming into focus. Where there was once confusion, now there is clarity. Where there was once fear, now there is boldness. That vision is your spiritual compass. It will guide you when the road seems unclear. It will anchor you when others drift. It will sustain you when the world shakes. Think of Nehemiah. The walls of his city were broken. The people were scattered. Yet God gave him a vision to rebuild, to restore, to rise. And with prayer and persistence, Nehemiah did what others deemed impossible. So will you. Your vision isn't random. It's revelation. It's a glimpse into God's plan for you. Protect it, nurture it, run with it, and don't be surprised when others don't understand. Vision is often lonely, but trust that God will send the right people to build with you, to believe with you, to run alongside you. This part of your journey is not about crowds, it's about conviction. It's about becoming so aligned with your divine purpose that no collapse, no betrayal, no delay can stop what God has already ordained. Chosen one, you are in the fire not to be consumed, but to be transformed. The collapse isn't your curse, it's your catalyst. It's where your resilience, your trust, your forgiveness, and your vision converge to birth a version of you that hell cannot hold back and heaven cannot ignore. The world may call this a fall, but heaven calls it a rise. Think of the man by the pool in John 5. He waited for years, paralyzed in body and spirit. And when Jesus approached, he didn't offer pity. He issued a command. Get up, pick up your mat, and walk. In that moment, healing met obedience, and the man's whole life changed. So it will be with you. God has brought you to the edge of your promise. But you must move. Your feet must match your faith. Your actions must reflect your anointing. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Walk with power even in uncertainty, because every step you take in alignment is a declaration to heaven that you're ready for the rain. Think of Mary and Martha. One worked anxiously, trying to serve. The other sat at the feet of Jesus, absorbing his peace. And Jesus said, "Mary has chosen what is better." Let that be you. In the rush to rise, don't forget to sit at his feet. Don't forget to be refreshed, recentered, restored. Because from rest comes clarity. From rest comes strategy. From rest comes strength. Now, let us speak of prayer, the sacred breath of your spirit. Prayer is not your last resort. It is your first weapon. It is your anchor in the storm, your compass in the unknown, your gateway to supernatural downloads. When you pray, heaven listens. Angels move, strongholds shake. Your whisper in the night becomes thunder in the spirit realm. Remember Jesus in Gethsemane, facing the greatest collapse in history. What did he do? He prayed, and from that place of surrender came the strength to carry the cross. So it will be for you. Your prayers are building the bridge between your now and your next. Pray bold prayers, dangerous prayers, prayers that stretch your faith and awaken heaven. Ask for wisdom. Ask for alignment. Ask for overflow. Ask for courage. And ask with expectation, knowing that you are not begging a reluctant God, you are aligning with a loving Father. Chosen one, you are a walking miracle. You've made it through battles that should have buried you. You've risen from ashes with fire in your eyes. You've lost much, but gained clarity. You've been broken, but now you're being built on a rock that cannot be moved. The collapse wasn't your defeat. It was your reset. Now step into your inheritance. Your wealth is not just material, it is spiritual, emotional, eternal. It is the peace in your soul, the clarity in your purpose, the glow in your spirit, the joy that makes no sense, the favor that surrounds you like a shield. You are not here just to prosper. You are here to reflect the glory of God. Let your life preach louder than your words. Let your generosity break chains. Let your discipline unlock doors. Let your joy be your resistance. Let your resilience be your revenge. Let your success be your shout. And let your light, O chosen one, let your light shine so brightly that darkness cannot comprehend it. People will ask, "How did you rise?" And your answer will be simple: God. God carried me through the fire. God restored what was lost. God gave me the vision. God opened the doors. God rebuilt what collapsed. God blessed me so I could bless others. And now I shine not for my own glory, but for His. So take this final truth and wear it like a crown. You are chosen. You are royal. You are rising. The collapse made space. The collapse cleared clutter. The collapse awakened the warrior within. Now walk in it, stand tall in it, speak boldly from it. You are not what you've been through. You are the prophecy fulfilled. You are the promise walking. You are the chosen one, and your time is now. Amen.